everyone, it's Nick here again with Nick's 80's hard rock CD album review. Now we're looking at Motley Crue again. It's a different album. This was released in September 1983 and it's called Shout at the Devil. I'll just read out the songs. We got In the Beginning, Shout at the Devil, Looks That Kill, Bastard, God Bless the Children of the Beast, Helter Skelter, Red Hot, Too Young to Fall in Love, Knock 'em Dead Kid, 10 Seconds to Love, and Danger. Now, the band released here's the band here. I'll just introduce the band members while we've got it. Up on the top left is Nicky Sixx, the bass player. The top right is Vince Neil, lead vocals. Bottom left is Mick Mars, lead guitar. And bottom right is Tommy Lee, the drummer. Now, here's another picture of them all glammed out back in the early 80s. This is what they wore back then, so don't be too frightened. But now they did release two singles, Looks That Kill, and this actually reached number 54 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, and it also reached number 12 on the American Mainstream Rock Tracks charts. They also released another single called Too Young to Fall in Love. That reached number 90 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts and number 26 on the Mainstream Rock Tracks chart. Now, as the album cover is called Shout at the Devil, they actually released the song as well, Shout at the Devil, but that was it wasn't a main single, it was more of a promotional single, and that reached number 30 on the Mainstream Rock Tracks chart. Now, this album cover was actually different from the original one. The original album cover had a picture of a pentagon, a symbol. Now the band got into a lot of trouble in regards to this because it was regarded as satanic. So the band had to change the album cover to this to try and avoid controversy, and also the record label had to do it as well, so they wouldn't cause too much controversy. So this isn't the actual original cover. The original cover has got a picture of a pentagon. So already in their career they'd already started a bit of controversy, Motley Crue. But look, this album compared to their first album, I enjoy this album more than their first album. It's catchier. The songs are just got that. It's more of got their songs are very catchy compared to the first album. So I actually preferred this album over the first one. But as I keep saying, there's nothing wrong with the first album, but this second album is it's just got a catchier vibe to it. Now, this album did so well when it was released. I mean, it sold 200,000 copies in the first 2 weeks of being released. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So Motley Crue are already making a name for themselves. Now, this album reached number 17 on the American Billboard 200 charts, and it reached number 23 on the Canadian rock charts. So it did very well for itself. Now, in regards to album sales, as I said, this was released in 1983. By 1997, this album had reached 4 times platinum album sales, so it reached 4 million sales already by 1997, and most likely it's gone up since then. Now, by 1989, it reached 3 times platinum sales in Canada. So that's 300,000 albums plus sold. And here in Australia, I had no idea about this, but in Australia by 1997, this had reached gold status album sales. So 35,000 albums plus sold here in Australia by 1997. So, and as I said, that was back in the late 90s. So it's most likely gone up since then. Now, I'd have to say look, it was very hard to pick my favourite tracks because they're all very good. I'd have to say my favourite tracks on this album would be got some individual photos. There's Nicky Six. My favourite tracks would be Shout at the Devil. Let's see. Looks That Kill. Too Young to Fall in Love. Knock 'em Dead Kid. 10 Seconds to Love. And Danger. As I said, it's very hard. Now, actually, speaking of tracks, as I read the tracks out to you before, the song Helter Skelter is actually a song by the Beatles. So the Beatles released that back in 1963, I think it was. I remember reading. The early 60s anyway. Early to mid 60s. So that was the Beatles song, Helter Skelter. But Motley Crue did more of a angrier version, I think. I've actually never heard the original Beatles song Helter Skelter, so I can't compare it. So, yeah, there's a picture of the band there in all their glory days. So this is a fine album. As I said, it's catchy. It's got the really great guitar riffs. And Vince Neil, he's growing as a singer. And Nicky Six, the bass player, where is he? There. That's Nicky Six there. It's hard to tell. That's Nicky there. He's a bass player and he writes all the songs, and you can tell that his songwriting is getting better compared to the first album, where obviously they were just starting out and they were very young and just starting out. But this is a fine album, and look, a lot of people say that this is their best album in their whole catalogue. But also other people say that one of their other albums, 1989, the Dr. Feelgood album, is their best. Obviously, everyone's got their different opinions. I think that this is, this is a hard one. I was going to say this is their best. Look, actually, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say yes, it is. This is their best. This is their best album, even compared to Dr. Feelgood, the 1989 album, which was just a huge album. But you also have to take into account they were different eras. This was 1983, as I said, and Dr. Feelgood was 1989. So that's a good 6 years in between. So obviously technology had grown by 1989. But I'm going to say it. This is definitely their best. Well, that's what I think. So, so Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, and I actually picked this up secondhand at a secondhand record store. So I'm really glad I've got this. It's obviously it's a must-have for any Motley Crue fan, and it is a must-have for any hard rock collection. This is the album that was getting them more and more noticed. And I think it was this album that they actually toured with, I mentioned this in the Motley Crue video, but this album they toured with Ozzy Osbourne, who was the lead singer of Black Sabbath, and then Ozzy left the band and he became a massive solo artist. But by this stage, I think after this album, they toured with Ozzy Osbourne, and that was a famous, massive tour, and that got Motley Crue noticed even more and more. So they were really starting to make a name for themselves, and the best was yet to come for these guys. They hadn't stopped here. The best was yet to come by a long way. So, Shout at the Devil, I would give this a 9 out of 10. A fantastic album, and you can't really fault it. You cannot fault it. And just quickly, in regards to, there's another bit of controversy in regards to the actual song title, Shout at the Devil, or album title, Shout at the Devil. A lot of people said that they were promoting, the devil and all that. But as Nicky Six, the bass player, said, it's called Shout at the Devil, not Shout with the Devil. So Nicky does make a very good point in regards to that, but there's always going to be people that are going to try and drag this kind of music down. So, anyway. But at the end of the day, Motley Crue had the last laugh because this was their fine album. Yep, so 9 out of 10 for Shout the Devil. And now the next album we're going to look at is, we're going to go, that's done for 1983. So we're going to go to 1984, which is, it's a bit hard to see, it's a bit blurry. We're going to go for Bon Jovi's first album. Fine album. Actually, I'm going to listen to this album now. I'm in the mood for doing album reviews, so I'm going to do this one now. As I said, I'll listen to this first, and then I will do my review. So there we go, Motley Crue, great band, and Motley Crue is still going to this day, so, you know, congratulations to them. And as the Motley Boys did, so loud and so with attitude. Keep on rocking, everyone. Take care, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.